Hey guys, so we have an announcement in the news for a reveal and stuff, which we'll take a look at in a second, but I actually want to start with this matchmaking system adjustments. You guys have watched, I made 2 videos now at this point talking about the matchmaking updates for ranked PvP. There was an initial video that was up around 2 weeks ago, and then I made one yesterday, which people seem to really like. Maybe it had something to do with the thumbnail, maybe it didn't, who knows. Yeah, this is what I was talking about in those 2 videos. So let's go ahead and just quickly check what they say about this. I actually have not looked at this yet. I just saw that this, because I actually, I made this video and I started recording just specifically to talk about the reveal and stuff, but I actually just noticed this as I scrolled down. So let's go ahead and see what they say here. Matchmaking system adjustments. So this was posted today at Reset, just a few hours ago. Thank you for your continued support of Dragon Ball Legends. After the overhaul to PvP matchmaking implemented in the 4.26.0 version update, we have been continuously monitoring win rates, matching percentages, and other data at each battle rank. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that's what I was talking about in the video yesterday. We have also received lots of valuable feedback from players, for which we are very grateful. Yeah, the feedback probably consists of, please get this the hell away from me, change it back, revert this terrible update. Probably things of that nature are the types of feedback they probably received. We have confirmed that in certain matchmaking ranges, it has become difficult to find opponents. You don't say. You don't think fighting 36 bots in a row is good? Various adjustments to the matchmaking system are planned to correct this. That's good news. Starting at around, September 11th at 11 a.m. I mean, I assume this is adjusted to my time, so this would be in JST, Japan time. The server programs will be updated sequentially. These updates are expected to take around 5 hours. During the updates, it may become difficult to find opponents. Please wait a short time before matching again if you encounter this issue. This notice will be updated once the updates are completed. We will continue to monitor PvP after these updates and will make further adjustments as necessary. We ask for your patience and understanding during this process, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is good. This is a good thing. They at least acknowledge that there are, I wouldn't even say some issues. I would say major issues with the matchmaking update. And they are going to be adjusting them, seemingly. The question I have would be, why would you not make these changes prior to the season going up, right? The season, so in between seasons, I don't know if I can pull up, there's like a maintenance thing in here. I don't know if there is one still. But they always put the maintenance times in the news whenever there's going to be maintenance. The thing with, I don't think it's going to have it in here. Update announcement. Nah, it's not going to be in here. So they mentioned in the initial post for this update, for this 4.26.0 update, that they will be adjusting season to season, which means that they should have made these changes, but during the period where PvP was under maintenance, during weekly reset time. Isn't that the entire point of putting PvP in maintenance, so that you can actually go in and adjust things with PvP? It just seems, I don't know, maybe it's just too logical for them. I don't really know. But I mean, again, this is a good thing because they are at least acknowledging there are problems, and they are going to be adjusting those problems on, it seems like, Monday, the 11th. So we'll see how that works. But the main thing to talk about in this video is going to be the announcement of the reveal and stuff, which it's a little early for them to announce this. I don't think because this is Friday. We still have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday. This is 4 days in advance. They're announcing this reveal. So it's pretty early, I think, than it usually is. All right, so reveals and stuff number 31 is coming. Get all the latest info on the ongoing episode campaign Dragon Ball Saga in this reveals and stuff. Of course, that includes info on new characters, so you won't want to miss it. Now, I literally see people mentioning this every single time so we're on reveal and stuff number 31. You could literally go back starting from number 1 and look at the comments on every single announcement. There's at least always one person saying, oh, they're saying characters with an S, so that means there's gonna be multiple characters, or they're saying character with no S, so there's only gonna be one character. That does not matter. This does not matter. It doesn't. There's no correlation between if this says characters or character with how many characters they actually reveal. These posts are literally just translated from the Japanese posts, and in Japanese, there's very, very few times you ever see distinctions between plural and non-plural when it comes to, like, counting things. So don't read too much into the saying characters with an S, although I would expect there to be multiple characters for a tag that doesn't exist. Okay, so there is one thing I did want to point out with this before we start speculating on who it could be. So I will just go over to the Japan tweet from the Japanese account, the official Legends Japanese Twitter account. I guess X, formerly Twitter, whatever the hell it is. If you notice on the graphic, there is obviously additional information that they did not give us in the post. And even on the English Twitter account, they didn't have this on there for whatever reason. So this is a Japanese post exclusive. It says on the graphic, Legends limited character announcement. So we know going into this that there is going to be some sort of Legends limited character announced. This is not going to be like the Ginyu Force announcement where it was just 3 1% sparkings. We know there's going to be a Legends limited character, an LF character coming out and announced during this reveal and stuff. I wonder if the reasoning for them putting this on the image here in advance is because of the terrible, terrible feedback they received from the Ginyu Force reveal and stuff. Maybe it is. I mean, I actually liked it. I thought that was a good idea. And for especially a tag like Dragon Ball, like the new Dragon Ball tag or the Dragon Ball Saga tag, this is a team that actually could use a similar tweaking as the Frieza Saga tag did for when the Ginyu Force came out. Right, the Ginyu Force came out and they introduced 3 really powerful sparking units for the team just instantly. That's what Dragon Ball needs right now. Dragon Ball needs as many new good characters as possible because the team doesn't exist. There is not a single usable character on the team. I would actually say technically the new free Demon King Piccolo is obviously not unusable. Like he's solid. He's not great, but he's not terrible. I would not really say the same about the Kid Goku. Unfortunately, they really didn't give him enough on the equipment, but I think the free-to-play Demon King Piccolo actually can do pretty good. So right now, he's really the only character you're even going to consider using. I'm going to get rid of this. You only consider using on this team right now. But I want to quickly take a look and compare the new Dragon Ball tag, because this is the new tag that just dropped, Dragon Ball. And I want to compare this to the Dragon Ball Saga tag, because this was the existing tag for this team. There is only one difference currently between the Dragon Ball Saga and the Dragon Ball tag. That one difference is this Bulma. This is the 1,000 day Bulma. So you obtain this character by logging into the game for 1,000 days. Now, the reason why this Bulma is not on the Dragon Ball tag, the Dragon Ball Saga tag, sorry, she is in the Dragon Ball tag, she's not on the Dragon Ball Saga tag, is because she's on the Game Originals Saga. And the reason why she's on that is because this is technically the Bulma that like follows you around in the story mode with like Jocko, right? I even think Jocko is in her background art of this card. So that's the main difference. That's not even just the main difference. That is the only current difference between the current Dragon Ball Saga tag and just the new Dragon Ball tag, period. So the question then becomes, why would they make this tag when the only difference is Bulma? Now, again, I've mentioned this in a prior video, but I'll talk about it again. I have seen people mentioning that they're theorizing that, oh, maybe the 23rd World Tournament is not going to be considered Dragon Ball Saga. Unfortunately, well, I guess actually fortunately, because you'd want them to be included. Fortunately, that is not the case, because characters like Green Chi-Chi and even this EX Chi-Chi, these are the 2 characters from the 23rd World Tournament that are in the game right now. These characters are both from the 23rd World Tournament, and they are on Dragon Ball Saga right here. So this already disproves that theory, right? And you can even take a look at this Chi-Chi's background art. This Chi-Chi's background art is her next to Goku at the 23rd World Tournament. So if they were to come out with a Piccolo Jr. or a 23rd World Tournament Goku or a Shen or a Kami or a Tien from the tournament or a Yamcha or a Krillin, they would all be on the Dragon Ball Saga tag. So again, the question is, why create this separate tag for Dragon Ball versus Dragon Ball Saga? And the only explanation that I can think of is because they're going to include characters from the Dragon Ball movies on the Dragon Ball tag. And as you guys know, if they're going to be from a movie, they can't be on Dragon Ball Saga because they'd be on sagas from the movie. So for example, Curse of the Blood Rubies. If we got a character from that movie, They would be on the movies tag and on the Dragon Ball Saga tag, but they would be on Dragon Ball. We got a character from Sleeping Princess and Devil's Castle. They would be on the Dragon Ball tag, but they wouldn't be on Dragon Ball Saga. We get a character from, I think it's what, the Mystical Adventures with the last movie. Well, not the last movie, but the the retelling of Dragon Ball with Arale. They would be on Dragon Ball, but they wouldn't be on Dragon Ball Saga because they'd be on movies. And then we have Path to Power, which I think is probably what we're going to be getting here. They would also, Path to Power Kid Goku. We have Android 8 from the movie. We have Staff Officer Black. All the different characters that show up throughout Yamcha. We have a different version of Bulma, Master Roshi. A lot of characters from Path to Power, right? Basically, it's just a watered down, slightly different retelling of the original story of Dragon Ball. Those characters would be on Dragon Ball, this new Dragon Ball tag. But of course, because Path to Power is a movie, they would be on sagas from the movies and not on Dragon Ball Saga. So that is the reason why I believe they made this Dragon Ball tag. Because if they did not make that tag, if they did not make this Dragon Ball tag, what would end up happening is you would have, like, let's just say they come out with a Path to Power Roshi, right? You would have Roshi who would actually have 0 tags. And he'd only be on sagas from the movies. So this Roshi, what are his teams? Literally his only team, his only tag is DB, Dragon Ball. So if they didn't create this tag, this Roshi would actually have 0 teams. Right, he'd be on Dragon Ball Saga, which would then become movies if it was Path to Power Roshi. But that would be his only team. He wouldn't actually have any tags. So that is probably why they decided to make the Dragon Ball tag. I can't think of any other explanation. If you guys have a different explanation, let me know. But that's really the only thing I can think of. So I'm pretty confident, actually, in saying that my prediction for this LF character, I mean, it's just going to be Path to Power Kid Goku. Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Path to Power Kid Goku with a 1% sparking Android 8. Maybe give us a 1% sparking Yamcha or Master Roshi that goes max power. There's a lot of choices here. For Dragon Ball, I would definitely want to see 3 new sparkings. So 1 LF and then 2 1% banner units. Pretty similar to the Ginyu Force, but you guys have to remember the Ginyu Force banner gave us 2 tag characters, which is a lot of work that goes into doing tag characters. So I actually am going to go into this with rather high expectations, and I'm going to anticipate and hope for 3 new sparkings, an LF, and then 2 1%. So I think what my final prediction is going to be for this reveal and stuff on Tuesday, which is in 4 days from now, is an LF Path to Power Kid Goku that does like the camera pans around as he does the Kamehameha. That's probably going to be his LF. And they can take animations for him from other parts of Dragon Ball. They don't have to specifically just use, Path to Power animations, but they probably will because there's a lot to work with there. So that would be the LF. First 1% sparking would be an Android 8 who could work well. We don't have Android 8 in the game, period. He'd be on Androids, he'd be on movies, and he'd be on Dragon Ball. Pretty good. And then I guess for the third character, I would probably say a Max Power Roshi because we just don't have a Max Power Roshi in the game yet either. So that's what I would predict. That's what I'm going to say for my prediction here for this upcoming Reveal and Stuff number 31. Let me know what you guys think about Reveal and Stuff 31. Of course, we at least know it's going to be Dragon Ball related. Do you guys like the theory about this potentially being a Path to Power release? Pretty underrated movie, I think. If you guys haven't seen it, I definitely recommend watching it. But hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next one.